Hello, 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 hello. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How's everyone today? How is everyone today, honey? I am Big Meach, and this is a Big Meach moment. I'm not going to be before you long, I hope, because I got to get ready for the donut factory and carry it on. However, I could not wait until this weekend when we're going to get into some more stuff on Dishing Tea with Big Meach with my co-hosts, Aunt Nikki and Big Red Fella, the Big Guy Ally. Okay, we've talked about this briefly before. Okay, when it first came on the air and carried on, and that there's all this jazz with Monique and D.L. Hughley, right? We've talked about it, and I wanted to make sure that we gave it some time, However, with the recent developments that just happened, as far as D.L. Hughley's daughter writing a letter and basically blasting Monique, it was like, look, bitch, you're doing the very thing that you claiming that you love. You say you love us for real. You say you protecting Black women and this, that, and the other. But yet what you done was incorporated two Black women that have nothing to do with your fight. Okay. Now, I have said previously that in the beginning of all this, I was Team Monique because I only heard her one side, the rant that she did on stage or whatever when it goes to contracts. After listening to the whole thing and carrying on, now I'm like, damn, girl, damn. Here we are again, right fight, wrong tactics. But now I'm going to call this the oppressed has become the oppressor. I'm going to say that one more time. The oppressed has now become the oppressor. Okay? What do you mean by that, Big Meach? Well, it's simply this. That was real dirty, low down, underhanded, and really just a fucked up move for you, Monique, to go and play the tape of the video from an old Sway interview that I watched when it aired. I remember that interview. Just to sit down there to make a point. Now, everybody has been trying to blast you on it. They've been saying that was undercut, that everybody was saying that was low down. But here is where I want to go with this. You're still mad at Oprah, right? You're still looking for an apology from Oprah, right? Now, for those of you who've been following me and have listened to my on again, off again rants about Monique, you guys know that I have constantly said that our dear sweet sister really needs to go get some therapy. Okay? I've been saying this, and I've been saying this, and I've been saying this because what we have here is a big woman who idolized another big woman, and her idol and her idea of what success should be, okay, dumped on her and disappointed her. Okay, told y'all a long time ago, Monique's obsession and anger with Oprah Winfrey is more personal than it is about Precious and this whole shit about all of that. It's personal. Okay, Monique's beef with Oprah stems from all the way back when Oprah had her brother and her family on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Okay, she talks about this in length And she talks about it in a way that we can still tell that is what the root of her anger with Oprah is, right? She says that she was blindsided with the fact that Oprah had brought her parents onto the show. She was blindsided after having umpteen, where they had a phone call. They was on the phone for hours, and they shared the fact that both of them were sexually abused, and this, that, and the other, and all this, that, and the other. They shared those personal stories, and she felt she was blindsided by Oprah because she had her parents on the show and got her dad. Said her daddy was up there drunk, her mama sitting up there talking out her head and carrying on, and she was blindsided by that. She still feels that she needs to sit down and have a conversation with Oprah about that because she feels as though she has not been really exonerated from that. She said that when they went to the Oscar party the year Lupita won, Alfre Woodard had the Oscar party and had a little space where the sisters get together and talk, and it's a safe space, right? She says what goes on here stays here. Monique said it was then that she had went to Oprah and had a conversation. She then said Oprah told her, well, if you believe or if you think that I owe you an apology, then I apologize. Okay? So I'm paraphrasing, but it's in that realm. Okay? So somewhere along the, if you think I've done something wrong, then I apologize. Somewhere like that. Anyway, it's a half-ass apology. Okay? The problem with that apology is that is the same type of apology that her brother who abused her gave her when he called himself apologizing to her. She said that to Barbara Walters. Okay? So now you got the man that traumatized you sexually, that was your brother, give you a half-ass apology. You have your idol and your mogul and the bitch who you want to be like, okay, disappoint you and give you a half-ass apology, okay, to where that's down in the core. That's in the core, okay, to where now you became the superstar, blah, 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 and now everything about this, that you attach Oprah's name to stems from a personal place, okay? So with all that personality and carrying on that you holding on to, dear sister, now you're still waiting on Oprah to apologize to you, right? You're the one who's still waiting to say, we need to sit down and have this conversation. You're the one who sit up there and told everybody all of this because, as I said before, none of us knew about this until you did your comedy special that was on Amazon Prime that most folks don't know about. How do I know about it? Because, bitch, I believe in you, and I bought it. I bought it for $7.99. It was either buy it for $7.99 or rent it for $3.99. That was the first time you did in a stand-up where you talked about that. So we still hear and understand that you are hurt, possibly traumatized by that, and really need to go and sort these feelings out, right? Well, I bring all that up to say this. The oppressed has become the oppressor. Miss Thing, how dare you traumatize DL's daughter by doing the exact same thing you claim Oprah did to you? Why you bring up some bullshit that the baby done sat up there and dealt with a long time ago, and now you gonna sit down here and use it as fodder and fuel to support a fucking point over a goddamn contract, supposedly? But then you went on to say that the contract became the icing on the cake. You said out your own mouth, this was intentional. I came to come and whop that ass because of all the shit he been talking over the years. Okay? That's what came out of your mouth with you and Daddy on that goddamn Instagram Live. Now, I didn't watch the whole live. I just do not feel like giving an hour of my time to listen to you justify this bullshit. Okay? I saw the snippets. Okay? Yes, you apologized and said you said that DL was being tender because you told jokes. You're telling jokes about this man's sexuality and carrying on because DL means, so, okay, jokey. All right. But everybody knows, and especially you, old comedian, it's all in the tone and the deliveries, bitch. We know when you being shady, and we know when it's jokey, and this, that, and the other, and we know when somebody could come in and this could be water off a duck's back. Okay? We all know that. This contract jazz, I'm not gonna get all off into the specifics because I don't know your business like that. But we all know that, a lot of times it's the lawyer who draws up the contracts. I've not heard of managers drawing up contracts. However, I could be wrong. If the manager is handling a lot of business or whatever, then maybe there's a standard contract that the manager has that is authorized to do the bidding for the client, right? So this contract here that you claiming that you had and this and the other was the one that your manager / husband had constructed for you. That's not a foul. But what it does bring about is all of this damn back and forth bullshit when you say, I got a contract. Okay? But let me go here because Miss Thing, you the one who get tender, salty, and in your fucking feelings every time somebody says this. But bitch, I need for you to pay a motherfucking attention. If everybody is telling you this and you're the only one not getting it, then something must be wrong with you. Everybody worth anything in this entertainment business, anything to you as a celebrity, some of your damn fans, I tell you, and these are the diehards that'll sit down there and not the ones that's all fluff. They want to sit down there and kiss your ass because they like you. And they don't necessarily like Monique. They like Nikki Parker. Let's get that straight. Most of these bitches don't like Monique. They adore Nikki Parker. Okay? So now that we understand that, if everybody who was anybody, everybody that was close to you, I don't even know what your relationship is with Steve Harvey anymore, because that was your brother. Y'all were touring this shit together. But I think things got real fucked up with you and Steve was when he pulled, I don't know if you pulled yourself from the tour or he pulled you from the tour, when you started getting flack about the joke when you said, Jesus is my nigga. And folks got salty about that joke. And ever since y'all were on tour together and you was off of that tour, things ain't never been right with y'all. Things just ain't been right with y'all. Okay? And now you're done adding him here, and you still bring him up because you done brought him up in this bullshit with you and DL. Okay? But Miss Thing, if everybody is telling you that your motherfucking husband is the root of your evils right now, but you too digmatized to understand it, you too, oh my God, this is my king, and you too sold on the fact that this is the man who got me, and he negotiated the most money I have ever made in a contract or whatever. This is the man that you standing up there holding on to, and because this is your king, the father of two of your children, and blah, 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 your ride or die, because y'all been knowing each other since high school, let's think I'm right there with you to a point. But if everybody is telling you this, perhaps your manager needs to stay your man. And perhaps somebody else needs to come in so that you don't fuck this shit up. Okay? You got mad at Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl Underwood said, can't nobody be Billy Badass in your name because they're the ones doing all the talking, but you the one getting all the hits. You got pissed off with Cheryl when she said that. But Miss Thing, everybody is telling you, your motherfucking man is the one that's fucking you up, and then your mouth is doing everything else that he can't do. So perhaps you need to go to your lawyer, Mr. Ricky Anderson. Ricky, I'm not throwing you into this just to throw you into this, but you've been with her. You've been a long-time lawyer, so you're the one who knows her ins and outs. You know about what she needs in her contracts. You know how to work with her. You've been there almost since the start of her career, I believe. But however long you've been, it's been a long time. You would be the one who know how to point somebody in the right direction to be her manager. And where in the fuck is your damn publicist, heifer? How come you don't have a publicist that could sit down there and buffer some of this shit so that it could take this shit up off of you? You and your mouth, girl. I understand wanting to stick up for yourself. I'm understanding you from BMO and all that shit. I'm from Detroit. So I get it. At the same time, if you're trying to stand up for what's right, Miss Thing, this fight of yours, you're shadowboxing now. Now, how about that? Ain't that the first movie you did with Lee Daniels, Shadowboxer? But now you're shadowboxing with yourself. Bitch, you the only one up in here fighting, and you're trying to throw everybody in the ring. And when don't nobody want to play, you say, I don't go to work, I go play. Well, Miss Thing, everybody is taking their toys and leaving you in the sandbox by your motherfucking self. What are you going to do about it? Because this narrative about all of this, about this, that, and the other, now you back on Tyler and Oprah. Lee Daniels came to you. Y'all had the whole big thing on stage. I apologize. Bitch, you're here to get back to work. We are celebrating your victoire. Because it's like, okay, good. This is about to do something. We're going to see you back. Bitch, we need your talent. We really can use you to be that refreshing thing. You done been through all this hell. You got more experience to pull from or whatever. We get to see these stories or whatever. This here is what this should be. But you're fucking it up. And I'm going to go here in your business. Because what else has Hicks Production has done that's going to garner you some coin, this thing? Yeah, that's a direct dig. Because now I can ask, what is your star power now for Hicks Productions to do anything that's going to make you some coin? Since I was questioned about my credentials and who was I to make a suggestion. What are you doing? Okay. Now, yeah, I know I'm on the low end of this totem pole, bitch. I'm not up there with y'all. I'm still here struggling. Okay. Hell, the rent was late last month. Okay. I'm that kind of struggle, bitch. Okay. And I don't give a fuck about my business being out there like that because I'm hustling, trying to do what it is I need to do. But Miss Thing, you have been there. You've tasted the fruit. You got all the accolades. You keep saying you're the most decorated comedian and carrying on. But bitch, where's the laughter? Where's the funny? Because the clown became the crazy clown that we see in the murder movies. You're not the fun clown. You're not that anymore, girl. You are not that anymore. And I said this a long time ago. When you started losing that weight, and became, you still a big bitch, but you never became a skinnier bitch. Okay. When you was able to sit down here and can go back off the rack yet again. Okay. Whatever happened to your clothing line, Monique? You had a big girl clothing line, honey, that nobody has heard about anymore. What happened to it? Okay. When you started losing that weight, that's when your attitude changed. And now we don't even know who the hell this bitch is. We don't know who she is. And you're struggling, girl. All of this shit here. Now, if anybody owes an apology, you need to go on your fucking live. You owe them babies an apology. I just watched D.L. Hughley's GED section where he responded to your bullshit and the letter that the daughter sent to you. Now, I done heard that you done responded to the daughter's letter, telling myself, well, no, we can sit down and have a conversation. Invite me on the show. Miss Thing, why are you begging folks to bring you on the motherfucking talk show so you can have a platform? Ain't that what you and Daddy got? Y'all have a platform to talk about this. How come you didn't invite them on your platform? But listen, come here, let's talk here. Okay? Why didn't you do that? Okay? Why didn't you call Iyanla and say, Iyanla, listen, could you sit down here and facilitate this because we got some shit to hang out? You supposed to be the star with all this motherfucking star power, so says Daddy. Who am I to question an Oscar winner? Okay? Since you got all this goddamn star power, Miss Thing, where are you to mend these fences? Since you keep saying you in the fight. Right fight, or is it anymore? I was saying right fight, wrong tactics. But now I've got to change it and say the oppressed has become the oppressor. Miss Thing, you're becoming your own toxic energy. you're becoming toxic, Mo, and that's not a good look. That's not a good look for real. That's not a good look. Now, if anything, you owe them babies and DL's wife an apology just from sister to sister. Because you done bought them in some shit that ain't got shit to do with you. And like Corey Holcomb said, and I don't really care for Corey, but Corey said, bitch, you question whose dick his DL's wife sucking. He said, bitch, what dick are you sucking? That y'all ain't y'all still ain't called out the promoters about this damn contract or nothing. Y'all still ain't done shit. But I'm still stuck with the fact that you said that this was intentional. You came after DL on fucking purpose. So now all that contract shit just went out the window when you said that, because now, as you said, the contract just became the icing on the cake. Bitch, you was already on the vendetta. So now what? Now what? Okay. So now what? You got some mending to do, girl. You got some mending to do. And for those of y'all know I'm a attack her in this my goddamn self because I ain't scared. Okay? I say what I say and I mean it because she's too great of a talent. Okay? She's too great of a talent to go out like this. And she's hurt. The bitch need therapy. She need to go get on somebody's damn couch. Okay? And go to therapy. Iron this shit out. Realize that you may not get the apology that you want. You know, her mother has passed. I believe her father has passed too. Hell, you want to talk so goddamn much. I don't see you bringing up that damn letter again. You read it once when your sister blasted daddy about being a no good such and such and so sleeping on your couch and always asking for money, blah, blah, blah. She read the shit out of him. When you shared that letter, you said you wanted to be transparent and that your family, because you wanted everybody to know that you and your family y'all got ills and carrying on, and they got to act funny when you started making money and carrying on and blase yakety, not understanding your shit. Okay? But then I came to question after that. You've been married 2 times prior to him. He's your 3rd marriage. So was he responsible for the breakup of the other 2? Because he's been there through them all. Okay? He's been there through them all. What's the common denominator here? Okay? What is the least common denominator here? Everybody keep telling you that, and you're the only one who don't want to, well, you too don't want to see it. Okay? But I'm not going to get in your business because that's yours. I got my own struggles. I got shit in my life that I need to get rid of, that I done held on to just a little bit too motherfucking long my damn self. Okay? And et cetera, et cetera. At the same time, Mo, I need for you to get your motherfucking shit together, bitch. I need for you to be the queen of comedy that we know you to be without all this goddamn pomp and circumstance, and you coming out sound like you the angry black bitch because you said that's not what you are, but that's what you're becoming, and that you're becoming worse than that. You have become this motherfucking monster that don't nobody want to fuck with. And how is that when 50 just put you on the damn thing? 50 done put you on. T.S. Madison got it started. T.S. Madison brought you on, then had a full circle moment with you from the Kaya thing and all that, and carried on, then put you on. Then came the 50 Cent thing, and then Lee Daniels that came up, and now y'all had this whole come to Jesus moment, and now you working again with Lee. Really? And now we can't even celebrate that because now you done fucked this up too. And then I want to ask you this, girl. What the hell are your children thinking about all of this? Because you keep saying, I'm trying to do this for the babies that come behind me. What the fuck are your children looking at you about this for? What are your kids saying? Because your children have to listen to people like me talk about your ass in a way that's going to do all this. Okay? So what is this, girl? What is this? You keep saying you want to talk to the ones that don't get it. Well, bitch, I got it. I got it. Your ass need therapy. because you're dealing with some personal shit and you got everybody else enthralled in it, and don't nobody really don't nobody understand the hurt. Bitch, you are hurt. You are fucking hurt. And that there is where you need to go start cleaning that shit up. Okay? That's where you got to clean it up. That's where you got to clean it up. What if DL had came back and threw up that interview that you did with Patti LaBelle? Talking about, no, it wasn't Patti. You were talking about you were at Patti LaBelle's house. Oh, no, it was on Patti's show. Because you were talking about how you had to sit down there with the stepmama, because the stepmama was the one that was taking your boy to the doctor and carrying on because you was on the road struggling, trying to build a career, and how you really wasn't there to raise your first boy. Huh? What if he brought that up and threw that up in your motherfucking face? To talk about the kind of mama you wasn't. What is that? Huh? And now you a grandmama. Shalana just gave you a grandbaby. Huh? So you see that the healing done started. The healing has been there. But what if he were to go and pull that shit up just to throw it in your motherfucking face? That's messy. It's messy and it's unfucking called for, right? It's uncalled for. Some of this thing I'm going to tell you, go get therapy. Go deal with that hurt about your parents being on national television and how embarrassed you were because they didn't have your back. They didn't have your back when you told them that your brother did that shit to you. They did not have your back. The little girl in you was still hurt. That little girl is still hurt. And that little girl is trying to grow up into this world where you're trying to have an open fucking relationship. And you were the one who said that, oh no, it's on me because I'm the one that said that. Because I know me. So who's the dick hound, you or what? Okay. You said you was mad at DL's people for doing that little joke. DL said the joke didn't even air. That little question that you said was fucked up. They never aired it, he said. So nobody knew what the fuck was going on. Nobody knew. Okay. You could have saved that for a book. Listen, y'all got Hits Productions. I was very, very happy with y'all when you did Blackbird. Blackbird should have been more of a success than what it was. But again, you keep talking about your star power and your resume, but bitch, that should have showed you something. Because they only gave you 10 theaters to put that movie in. 10. That movie only grossed $76,000. Gross. And you keep wanting to talk about your star power. Really? Let's examine that. I know that's a hurtful thing, Miss Thing. I know it's hurting. I know it's hurting. And you are a hurt woman. Go get therapy. Talk to some of the other people who produced movies that didn't do well. How they got back in the game. How they overcame this. See, you know they say about that every black person who won the Oscar, there was the Oscar curse. Have you ever sat down and asked somebody about that? What does that mean? How do you come out of it? What, you know? I'm wondering that, girl, because the avenue that you have taken, we've been going through this shit with you for 10 fucking years. And just when we thought we were about to get you back on the damn road, you go and pull this shit. And then you did it in my hometown, because I'm from Detroit. Mo, you deserve better. You can do better. And I need for you to be better. You understand? I need for you to be better. I need for you to be better than this. Because we're seeing you in a low spot, sis, that none of us need to see. All of this here, that should have been behind closed doors. This here should have been behind closed doors. Okay? This is behind closed doors. As much as you talking about fighting with Tyler and, you know, doing this and doing that. I even saw something where you justified the fact of recording the Tyler Perry thing. You just did that. Oh, I had to record it because if I had told you he said it, y'all wouldn't have believed me. Miss Thing, you keep talking about it's about integrity. But yeah, how can anybody trust you when you going doing underhanded shit like that? We know you for receipts, Miss Thing. All you had to say, I got receipts. If you had to just say, I taped the conversation. If you had just went public, I taped it, not to release it, bitch, because you released it like these little queens do, and everybody on motherfucking social media, bitch. You did that like a motherfucking loudmouth ass queen pulling a sissy stunt. And damn, I was finna say something, but I'm not gonna do that because his character, your husband's character, has always been challenged. Everybody keep talking about his sexuality, and yes, I'm one of them who talks about it too. But I'm going to respect him in this moment because I was going to throw it out there, and that wasn't necessary. Okay, I'm going to say something cute, but it ain't necessary. Okay, but no, sis, I need for you to get better, and I need for you to really, y'all need to sit down and think about y'all's career. Because I told y'all this a long time ago. Every time I Google Sydney hits, Sydney don't come up under shit, except for saying he's a producer and an actor. And what comes up is Fat Girls, and now Blackbirds. Mm-hmm. So, okay, you talking about receipts, honey. Yeah. Anywho. That there is that. Listen, I see y'all over here in the comments. I'm gonna put up a couple of comments because this here was just a big Meach moment. And but y'all talking over here. Y'all talking. Monique needs to grow up. She has some serious mental health issues. Okay. There she goes and do the movie Precious. Okay. What goes around comes around. Wow. Okay. I don't like her, period. Okay. She needs to go back to eating. She lost weight and brain cells. Skinny bitches are evil. Okay. She runs her motherfucking mouth too much. I wouldn't want to be in the room with that bitch. I'm so over her. Wow. She done lost her damn mind. My God. You don't bring folks' family into your contract shit. Hello? Okay, she needs fucking attention. Well, okay. Or what dick is her husband sucking? I said I wasn't gonna go there, but that was the comment. That was the comment. You see it. Okay. The bitch is thirsty. Okay, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Monique shaking my head. See, here we go. Okay, the more I learn of the story, the more I see it as Monique was wrong for this one. Okay. She is tarnishing her legacy. Boom. Okay, dang, I can't believe that she was just flipping like that. But then again, it's probably been building up for years. Now that's what she's saying. Okay, she's a shit starter. Okay. Kevin Hart had your back as well, Monique. Okay, he did. I hear her twins treat her like shit. Really? You know what? I heard that loosely, but I thought it was just grapevine shit. The way she's acting ain't good business etiquette, period. Hello. And hurt people hurt people. How about that? Okay. Amen. Okay. I wouldn't hire that bitch to read my dog. Ooh. She is the same as she was when she was in the first hit, when she first hit the scene. Back then, it was because she was fat. Wow. Tim, you may be on to something because the read was because she was fat, honey. That was her. Okay, you may be on to something. Her attitude crushed star power. Okay. Ask Vanessa Williams how she could get back in the game after those photos. There you have it. Now that's good right there. That's good, Jan. Detroit deserved better. Wow. Okay. And many of her peers agreed, Meach. Yes. Okay. Detroit didn't pay money for her to go Charlie Sheen on people. How about that? Okay. That's another Detroiter talking. Okay. What she said about D.L. Hughley and Steve Harvey's sexuality was not necessary either. Yeah, that's true. Then she goes and do the movie Precious based off her family. Okay. Now those are all the comments and carrying on. Like I said, I didn't want to be before you long, but this here done got that way. And I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at this from a perspective. Everybody has said, you know, we hear in a lot of people missing. Nobody has brought up who are the promoters of this particular show. And I need if anybody got a ticket or whatever, research department. I'm gonna find out who the promoters are. Okay. who and the name of that show and carrying on, because nobody brought those people up. Again, you said that this was intentional because your ass was sitting up here. You had shit built up about D.L. Hughley over the years because you were like, well, I didn't know that we were not friends. I always thought we were cool and blah, 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 blah. So now you know did some shit to build up and blah, 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 blah. So you came with an axe to grind, and then you done brought the babies into this. Okay? You done brought the child into this trying to make a point. D.L. went on. If y'all have not seen his from the GED thing, go look at it because I just watched it. And he said the whole thing of it is, you know, created something that was not true. Because he said he didn't believe his daughter, it wasn't a man that had attacked her. It was somebody that was close. There was a 13-year-old. He said so at the time, his whole thing was, well, you know, kids are gonna be kids. It wasn't that way. You know, and that was the brush off. It wasn't that his daughter was assaulted by some man and he believed the man over the daughter, and that's the narrative that she's creating and painted. So now, bitch, you done got all of this all the way wrong. All because you sitting up there trying to say, oh, black women need to be protected, and you called him all kind of bitch ass niggas and carried on. Really? Really? But yet you got mad because Cheryl Underwood said you should let somebody go in and be Billy Badass in your name. So Billy Badass was enough for you to sit down there and do a whole big old thing and cuss the fuck out of Cheryl and this, that, and the other, blase yakety. But to call him all kind of bitch ass niggas and shit and have false narratives, now you say he tender. Go get some help, girl. I need for you to go get that little girl in you who has been sexually assaulted and you have not really dealt with all of that. I need for you to go get that little girl healed. I need for you to go and talk about how embarrassed you was to have your parents on national television who did not believe you get up there and basically defend your brother and not come to your rescue. Okay? You're hurt and you need help. You need bad help. Go lay your ass down on somebody's couch, channel that energy into somebody's character. Hell, everybody said they saying that hell, Precious was real, honey. Okay, that you channeled that energy into Precious. Okay, the oppressed has become the oppressor. Mo, you better than this, baby. Sweet baby, you are so much better than this. You are so much better than this. You're better than this. You are way better than this. And bitch, you better from the bottom of your crusty soul, you better apologize to that sweet baby and her mama because you had no business bringing them kids up in here the way that you did, because you just did the exact same thing that you said Oprah did to you. Now, on that note, I'm Big Meach, and this is a Big Meach moment.